Welcome to the Physical Security course by FPI. In this module, we will go over a brief overview of physical security planning and a few definitions. From the physical security standpoint, we are the gatekeepers. We are the protectors of the organization from all threats, regardless of whether they are malicious, internal, or environmental. We need to be ever vigilant and confident that the work we are doing will be regarded as a necessary operational function for the overall security and the protection of the asset, to include employees, information, and property. Protection of these three things is the cornerstone of our profession. Much of physical security is just common sense, but there are some twists and turns coupled with a few nuances that need to be clarified. There are a multitude of concepts, ideas, and theories from different vocations ranging from criminology to architecture on how to reduce the incidence of crime and the protection of a facility, along with significant advances in physical security technology. Within each area of security, there are ways to explain these concepts and understand the basic principle of each theory. For the average security professional, the best way is the simplest and most direct way in order to get the point across and make it understandable. This is not a technical approach to physical security, but rather a hands-on and learning environment that will provide the reader with an overall understanding of what works and what does not. Physical security is defined as the part of security concerned with physical measures designed to safeguard personnel, to prevent unauthorized access to equipment, installations, material, and documents, and to safeguard them against espionage, sabotage, damage, and theft. Physical security is often described as the forgotten side of security, and yet it is a key element to an overall protection strategy. The protection of restricted work areas is important to the overall functionality of the company operation. Proprietary, sensitive, and classified material must be protected from the general population or from other employees who do not have the need to know. In the case of a company, such areas may be protected by restricting unauthorized personnel from entering the area. General traffic flow to the area must be diverted away to minimize the entry of unauthorized personnel. Personnel who are authorized to enter these restricted areas must have a company badge that quickly identifies them as authorized. Moreover, these authorized personnel must be on an access roster that the guards or access control system can use to verify their credentials. If the area is a large area where vehicles are used, guards at the sentry point would have to verify the vehicles being used to enter the premises along with personal identification. Verification may be accomplished by using access rosters for both vehicles and personnel. By applying these preventive measures, the risk of loss or damage is reduced. Many organizations spend thousands of dollars on IT hardware and software only to forget about securing the actual building that houses them. Remember, even if no one can steal or corrupt your data over the network, someone may still be able to walk out your front door with that information. Do not neglect physical security in your attempts to lock down data. In incorporating a physical security survey, it is necessary to begin the project by looking at it from a 10,000-foot level. In all endeavors within security, the concept of having multiple eyes on a project is beneficial. Selecting a team is one of the first requirements for any security project, and it will be essential to have different perspectives to ensure that all areas of security have been covered. The security professional has extensive responsibilities toward the organization in terms of protecting information, personnel, and property. Within this venue, it is up to the security professional to challenge the norm and produce ideas that will effectively protect the company and develop the security operation. To accept a challenge means to accept responsibility for generating ideas as possible solutions to the problem. The more you accept responsibility and dedicate yourself to generating ideas, the higher your probability of reaching an innovative solution. This is an example of how creativity is essential in developing a comprehensive security initiative. A physical security program is designed to prevent the interruption of operations and provide for the security of information, assets, and personnel. Operational interruptions can occur from natural or environmental catastrophes like hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods, as well as from industrial accidents like fires, explosions, or toxic spills, intentional acts of sabotage, vandalism, or theft. During the design phase of a site, it should be the standard operational procedure for a security professional to review all aspects of construction, to include land use, site planning, standoff distance, controlled access zones, entry control, vehicular access, signage, parking, loading docks, service access, security lighting, and site utilities. Integrating security requirements into a comprehensive approach necessitates achieving a balance among many objectives, such as reducing risk, architectural aesthetics, creating a safe work environment, and hardening of physical structures for added security. It is important to remember that the nature of any threat is always changing. The great Yankee catcher Yogi Berra once said, "If you don't know where you are going, you might wind up someplace else." In other words, having some direction is your best approach to dealing with physical security. Do not be reactive and start throwing money into security systems. This was evident after September 11 when security budgets ballooned. Be insightful in identifying necessary security needs and put a plan together along with a budget in order to achieve the overall objective. The world of security is changing faster than we sometimes realize or wish to acknowledge. In addition to the age-old problems of violence and crime, security professionals now contend with international terrorism, environmental damage, energy disruptions, and potential pandemics. To these protracted and almost universal problems, one can add the prospect of unexpected and often violent natural events like earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, fires, or tornadoes.